no, look, it's daylight where you are and it's daylight where I am.
Right, like it's 5:44 here, and what time is it there?
4:44.
So we're only an hour apart. Look at that.
I know, this is madness.
It's crazy. Good to see you.
It's
I'm
nice to see
obviously
you.
in Germany repping my German soccer jerseys.
Repping the
Um,
Deutschland
yeah.
Mannschaft.
Die Deutsche Mannschaft, genau. The 4 stars. Yep, heck yeah. But how are you, beautiful? Good to see you.
It's nice to see you. I'm okay. I'm already having Station 19 withdrawals.
Yeah, I can say I'm not just because I just, hung out with them this weekend, but whatever.
Like you
Um
do.
yeah, but no, I hear you. And can we just all give mad props to Melissa and this reel that she did? Like mind blown, love it, amazing. Kudos, props, everything to obviously the more creative half of the Station 19 2020 podcast. Wow.
Well, I'm glad that you liked it. It's just the
Oh, I loved it. I've watched it like 4 times.
even
Totally love it.
even Julia, who's like the most reluctant person in the world. I mean, she is so German. It's unbelievable when it comes to like
Yeah.
giving praise or like being enthusiastic about anything. But she actually giggled and went, that's actually quite good.
Yeah, Germans, it's the hardest thing growing up. I remember feeling like my mom didn't like things I gave her. Um like I remember feeling that way.
Yeah,
And she'd be like on the inside like, "No, I'm super excited," but her response would be like, "Oh, thank you."
yeah.
And I'm like, "I spent like 15 hours on that," or like, "I spent this much money on it." And she's like, "Yeah, it's nice." That's just
I know.
like Germans.
Yeah, and Julia's thing is, I'm just honest. And I'm like, can you just be slightly less honest? She says that British people and German people are on opposite ends of the spectrum
But
because
no,
I'll
like
be
you can
super
be,
enthusiastic about something and be like, oh, I
yeah.
love it, that's amazing, da, da, da. And then when we get home, Julia's like, did you genuinely feel that way? And I'm like, of course I didn't. Of course I didn't. But, just trying to make the other person. And she's like, but now they think that that's your thing, and you're going to be stuck with that sort of thing for the rest of your life, or
Yeah,
you're going
yeah.
to have that conversation for the rest of your life or whatever. And I'm like, but if it makes them feel good, then it's fine. And Germans are the other way, where they're just like, no, I'm going to be completely honest in this situation because, there's cards on the table. So she thinks that British people are overly polite, will just say yes to anything to the detriment of themselves, just to try and make everything wonderful and rosy and lovely just for politeness sake. Whereas Germans are just like, no, I think that everyone's better off if we're just honest with each other and, you know.
Yeah. And so me being raised by a German, I kind of do this thing where I'm like, so I really don't want to hurt your feelings, but like
Yeah,
I give you an introduction first, and then I tell you how I feel honestly, and then I like, but da 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 da, and I like follow it up with something positive. It's
yeah,
almost
yeah,
like a
yeah.
positive sandwich,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, positivity
Um,
sandwich, yeah.
yeah, I tend to do that. But I can't lie. Yeah, like I can't be like, oh my God. The worst thing is like never ask my mom if you think your baby is cute. If you don't want to know if your baby is ugly and your baby is ugly, do not ask a German because they'll be like my mom literally, her friend had, I'm not trying to be mean, but I know they say there's no ugly babies, but there are ugly babies. This baby looked just like, have you ever seen the Goonies?
Yes.
Looked just like Sloth from the Goonies. The hey you guys, yeah, looked just like him. And so my mom's friend was like, "Isn't he just the cutest baby in the world?" And my mom was like, "I've seen better." So she didn't think that was mean because she didn't say he was ugly, but she said she's seen better. So that was rough.
Which was an honest appraisal.
It was an honest appraisal, yes.
There you
So
go.
yeah, that's Germans for you.
Yeah, but even my German was like, do you know, that's actually quite funny. That's actually quite good.
Great. So you know it's good. If a German
Yeah,
tells you it's good, it's good.
it's like,
Like it's
danke, mein
just
Schatz,
yeah.
danke. But yeah, so no, thanks guys for the
So
response. It's
yeah.
yeah, stroked my ego somewhat. Thank you.
Even my mom said it was cute. My mom said it was good. So yeah, there you
No
go.
way. Danke
Um,
schön, Mutti. Danke schön.
yeah. So I'm just curious. What'd you do this past weekend?
I sat on the couch and ate popcorn with Stefania. What did you do?
Oh, cool. I hung out with Steph and Danny and Gray and Alberto in Italy. Just.
Oh, just like you do. Just a regular.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
So I
Had
fake
had
hung
a
out
good
with
time.
Stefania. You actually hung out
I
with
did.
Stefania.
I did, and I have proof because I brought it to show you that I have actual in case you didn't believe me. I have this signature that says to Melissa from this girl named Danielle.
No, you sent me a picture of the Stefania one, but no
Yeah,
way.
and she wrote,
Yeah. She's so
thank
pretty.
you for all your love and support. I am forever grateful, Danielle Savre.
Well, Miss Savory, you are very, very welcome. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then for the fans who don't know, I got this picture of this girl named Stefania Spampinato. I don't know if you ever heard of her. Um, it says to Melissa, and then I don't know why, but it says "Love your gateway drug" on the bottom. Stefania Spampinato.
Oh, mate, thank you so much for doing that. That's
You didn't think I
hilarious.
was gonna ask her, did you?
No.
No, you didn't. No, I did. I did it for you.
Thank you so much. Did she take it all in good parts, or did she think that it was just the weirdest
Oh
thing?
yeah, no, she. So I kind of spazzed us a little bit. Like when I got up to her, I was like, "So, I need you to sign it. It's for my friend." And she was just
Like, get it
like
out. Come
nodding,
on.
like,
Yep.
"Yeah,
Carry on. Yep.
like
Yep.
what? Say it." And I was like, so then I went, "She loves you very much. She just couldn't come." And so she was like, "So what do you want me to put?" And I was like, "Can you just put 'Love your gateway drug' stuff and then sign it?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, sure, no problem." Like I spent all this time stuttering and mumbling over my words, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's fine."
That you can guarantee that is 100% not the weirdest thing she's ever been asked to write.
Yeah, I agree.
The fact that it didn't even need qualifying.
So what do you think?
I think that you are absolutely incredible. I don't know quite what I've done to deserve you, but thank you so, so much. And I need to source some frames now.
Oh yeah, you do. These need to be put up somewhere. And here's so my other signatures. I can just show you the other pictures. Here's me
Oh,
and
that's so
Gray.
cute. What does it say? Keep letting.
Yeah, I'll tell you. So I told them about how Station 19 helped me
Yeah.
get through a really dark place, and he was really humble about it. He was like, "Oh, that all goes to the writers. Like we don't deserve that affirmation." And I was like, "Well, you guys bring the writing to life. Like you guys make us, are what make us get attached to the characters." And he was like, "Oh, well, I'm sure that's just the girls, just Stefania and Danielle." And I was like, "No, you're part of that too, Gray." And so he wrote, "Keep letting those clouds pass by, Tiffany. Love, Jack."
That's so cute.
Yeah. And then here's some of these,
Oh, that's adorable.
which Danielle recognized me right away from my
So
Rejoice
nice.
Out Loud and was so excited to see me.
Oh, look.
So for the people listening, I'm showing Melissa all my pictures with the Stefania was more than grateful. She actually teared up when I told her that we were giving some pictures. We were going to raffle them off
Oh,
for
really?
Yeah, and so this one she wrote Grazie and then at Octo Cecilia and signed it.
Oh, amazing. Amazing, amazing,
And
amazing.
I got, and then this one she just put XO.
Yep.
So I think I have at least 6 or 7 to auction off. This one was mine.
Yay, look at that.
She wrote, "Keep living, keep loving."
That's really sweet. For folks that don't know, what Tiffany was talking about when she said that Stefania was very grateful that we're going to be raffling some stuff off.
Some stuff.
So stop showing me pictures of
I'm
Stefania
sorry.
and Danielle because I'm getting really distracted.
Okay, so
because,
you want me to pause? Because I have more. I'll pause.
yeah, pause because I'm like, I didn't think I'd be this excited.
Okay.
But it turns out that I'm like a puppy.
With their treats.
And I don't want to pee on the floor.
I'm just going to pee on the floor.
I'm going to pee on the floor. I'm not actually going to pee on the floor. Just puppies.
Just like I was going to throw up on Merle Danger's.
Just, you were going to boot on her shoes. So it started, this is kind of how Tiffany and I go through our journey in life together, is one of us says something, and then so you know, like that yes and game. It's kind of
Oh
like
yeah,
a
yeah,
yes
yeah,
and with Tiffany and I, isn't it? So you were like,
yeah,
I wonder if we should get some generic pictures of Stefania and Danielle to maybe auction off or something. And I was
yeah,
like, yeah, we could do a raffle. And
yeah,
then Tiffany said, yeah. And, you know, if we didn't want to get money involved, because that can get awkward, maybe people can just donate some, like, just the entry is just something fun. You just make a piece of art or you do a thing. And I was
yeah.
like, or we could get money involved and we could give said money to Actua Sicilia, which is Stefania's sister's foundation that helps women with ovarian cancer, which is what ultimately, very sadly, took
Yeah.
Daniela's life.
Yes.
And then there's also Danielle's organization,
Yes.
which is care.org. So we could give the proceeds from Danielle's signed pictures to care. And oh, my fiance's just walked in and Tiffany's waving to us.
Guten
I'm
Tag.
distracted again.
Schönes Tag.
So stay tuned in, guys, because at some point we will be doing a raffle and we will be raffling off these signed pictures of Danielle and Stefania. And all proceeds, 100% of the proceeds, are going to go to their charities.
Yes, they are.
So,
So let me show you the rest of the pictures.
yes.
This was my mom's, and Jack loved that my mom had a Harley, so he put love Jack, keep riding Elke, and then signed it Gray Damon.
That's cool. I like it. I like it. I like it.
This was right after my mom made Stefania cry, and so
Oh,
she was crying in that picture.
oh bless.
So Stefania loved my mom, and my mom asked her to write whatever she wanted on this one, and she wrote, "You are special. Thank you for gifting us with your energy."
Oh, that's lovely.
Isn't
What
that
a
cool?
lovely. Did
Yeah.
you want to tell the story of your mum and Stefania's meeting? Because I thought it was really touching, and I think that perhaps people would like to hear it.
Yeah. So my mom went up to her and said, "Thank you for touching my daughter." And she was like, "Oh, you're welcome. Is your daughter here?" And my mom turned around and pointed to me, and she said, "Yeah." And she recognized me because I just did my picture.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, "You really helped Tiffy when she was in a really dark place, and I really want to thank you for that." And she just started sobbing, started crying, and she was like, "That means so much to me. Thank you for making me cry at 10 o'clock in the morning, but thank you." And then that's the picture you saw that I just showed you of. You can actually see she has like,
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can
yeah.
see that
And
she's
my
been
mom walked
crying.
away.
Bless
She
her.
was like, "A tissue, tissue, please. I need tissue." And she was like patting her eyes. It was super cute. So it
Aw.
was a really nice. And then this one, Danielle signed for my mom, and she put, "You are a beautiful woman and a wonderful mother. Never stop smiling." And I
Oh,
thought that was really sweet. So
that is really
Stefania and
kind.
Danielle are really, and they like personalize everything. Like they try to make everything personal.
Yeah.
And so those are all my pictures. But let's talk about Milan. Just ask me questions. Let's have a free conversation.
So what was like the general vibe like?
On day one, um, very very hyper, very excited.
Yeah.
Danielle's energy never ever stops ever. She's like a ball of energy 24/7. Um, they're both very sweet, but Stefania's a little bit calmer.
Yeah.
She's a little bit more laid
She
back.
appears to be like a little bit more sort of grounded, a little bit more
Yes,
kind of.
yes.
Yeah.
Where Danny's like all the
Yeah.
time. Stefania's,
Stefania would get a spurt every once in a while.
yeah, Stefania would get like an energy spurt randomly, but most of the time she was kind of calm, cool. Um, both very very sweet, just different energy. The way they, I think they both had the same energy level, but the way they present their energy is different.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Stefania presented a lot more of her energy during the panels than she
Mhm.
did during the photo opportunities.
Well,
Huh?
that one lady.
Which one?
No, that was Danielle.
Oh yeah, there
But
was.
the other one was mean to Stefania.
Yeah, so day two, it was a little bit. You could tell that everybody's adrenaline was kind of dropped, because we had all already met them on day one.
Yeah.
So the vibe felt a little bit less like um because it was kind of like, okay, we've gone through this kind of cycle one time.
Yeah.
Um and then day two, Stefania appeared very tired. Like a lot of people
Right.
noticed she seemed tired,
Yeah.
but still gave, herself. And day two, unfortunately, there was a bad experience with a fan and Danielle.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, she had gotten like, it was during the autograph session. She had gotten like 5 minutes, and they were trying to tell her she needed to wrap up because there
Yeah.
were more of us there. And she like ignored them. And so after 3 minutes, they came back and said, "You really need to wrap up." And she ignored them. And so they came back again after 2 minutes. So now it's a total of 10 minutes. And she got up and started yelling at them like on the top of her lungs. And
Ooh.
Danielle went from smiling to kind of like,
A bit, yeah. A bit taken
yeah,
aback, but
yeah,
yeah.
like a lot. And she got up and tried to hug her to comfort her. And she
Yeah.
used her shoulder and kind of pushed Danielle off of her.
No.
Yeah, and like wouldn't accept the hug from Danielle. Like my mom heard her yelling in the back of the room, and security had to come escort her out. It was like, and that kind of made everybody where we were drop.
Yeah.
And I wish they would have given Danielle a couple minutes to recover from that, because that wasn't fair to Danielle. But they didn't. They just kept pushing the autographs through. And so when I got up there, I tried to be like, "Hey, girl, how are you?" Like I tried to be,
Yeah.
yeah. Like my mom went up there and was like, "Hey, cutie," like tried to really get her back to, because
Yeah.
that wasn't
Yeah.
fair to Danielle. That wasn't Danielle's fault. Danielle had already given her 10 minutes of her time, um, and I didn't think
And
it
they
was
seem to
fair.
have a really good conversation.
Yeah, they were having a really good conversation, like laughing, happy tears. And for it to go from that to like making Danielle feel uncomfortable, I felt really bad for Danielle that happened.
Yeah.
Um,
I watch people.
and then on some fan said something to Stefania on Saturday that really offended her. I don't know what was said. And stuff like that really upsets me, because they're taking out of their time to be there with us, and you shouldn't just say anything to them. Like, we're not best friends with them, we're fans.
Yep.
You're allowing us to spend the weekend with them, and I just
Yep.
wish I could protect them from that stuff, like weed those
Yeah.
people out. Because like
Yep.
even on our podcast, we try to be positive, loving, uplifting, supportive, like no
Always.
negativity, right?
No.
And so those two experiences really made me sad for them. I just wished I could just wrap them in my arms and protect them from that. But other
Yeah.
than that, it was great. It was a great experience other than that.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
And Gray just seems like a
He is
crazy
so
ball of
sweet.
energy. He just seems, yeah.
He's kind of that awkward goofy like Jack is actually.
Yeah.
He's kind of all over the place, but when you meet him,
The
he's
fat
super
monkey.
sweet. Yeah, he told us a story on the panel. Did you watch the panels?
Yes, I did. It was the sound quality, because
Trying
it
to
was
show us a
booming in the
picture of us
room. It was
throwing up the
very
fat
difficult to
Uh
kind of make stuff out. So I
yeah.
heard that there was a story about. I could hear him saying something about a monkey, but that
A
was
fat
like
monkey.
literally all that I could
So he was in
glean.
Thailand eating, and he put down his food for a second, and a fat monkey came
It stole
and
his
stole his
potato chip.
chips, and then it went across the walkway and ate the chips in front of him. Like he watched the fat monkey eat his chips.
With a monkey like
Showed us a
eyeballing him,
picture.
like while he
Yeah,
did it.
I can't hear you, Mom. What?
He showed us a picture.
Yeah, he showed us a picture of the fat monkey, because I have my earbuds in on noise cancellation.
Oh,
So, yeah, that was super funny. But he's so sweet. During the autographs, he got up and came around the table and hugged every single person. So
Oh,
he's very
bless
sweet. Yeah.
him.
And did you see the picture of my mom on his Instagram?
Yes.
Isn't that cool that he put
Yeah,
my
it
mom
is.
on his
Yeah.
Instagram? So she feels a little famous now that her picture was picked to be on his
Insta
yeah,
Instagram.
famous.
out of
She's
all
Insta
the
Yeah,
famous.
Insta
pictures.
famous. So
Out of all the pictures, Tiffy.
yeah, she's shocked that out of all the pictures all weekend, her picture ended up, excuse me, on Gray Damon's Instagram. So
He must have liked the Harley.
she's convinced it had to do with her Harley, because she told him
I
about
mean,
her Harley.
who doesn't love a hog? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. So, but yeah, it was a great experience. They are super nice. They're super authentic. The one thing my mom loved about them is every person who tells them a story, they find a way to personalize each story, even though each story is different.
Yeah.
And they're just super authentic in the way that they do it. Like you can tell it's not, yeah, like it's not fake, you know?
Yeah.
They like
Yeah.
authentically find a way to connect with each fan. And that really meant a lot to my mom to see that. So,
No, I think that's amazing. And
yeah.
Alberto,
He
he's,
is
I
super
mean,
nice.
tall.
Yeah, he is. But he makes conversation with each person. Like when I came up, I said hi, and he was like, you know, where are you from? What do you do for work? Like, what do you like about Station 19? Like he made an effort to make conversation with you, like to ask
Right.
questions.
Yeah, he
And even on
engaged. He
my,
actively
yeah,
engaged.
actively engaged. Yep. He didn't just like sign, say thank you, and be done. Like he was curious about you. And it was funny when I met, sorry to go back to Gray Damon, but
No, 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 go.
when I met him, he was like, where are you from? And I was like, I live in California. And he was like, you know, I live in California. I was like, yeah. And he goes, you came all the way out here to meet us? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, well, you could have just met me in California. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? Stalk you? And he was like, yeah, that would be kind of weird, wouldn't it? And I'm like, yeah, a little bit. And then he goes, I'm going to talk to my manager about setting up one of these cons in the US because you should not have to fly all the way out here just to meet us. And I was like, thank you. Totally.
Good
Let's do
man.
that. So, yeah.
Good man.
Yeah. So, and then Danny, to go back to Danielle, sorry, I'm about to eat Twizzlers, and it's not stress
Eat
eating, it's just
Twizzlers,
because
it's
I
fine.
like Twizzlers. Um, she was like, you know, it's good to see you. I saw that you met Merle Dandridge on your Instagram. So she's like looking at my Instagram. Yeah.
Ah,
And then she was like, get this. She was like, I see you have a podcast now. And yeah. And she was like, I see that you're doing recaps of the episodes on Instagram. She was like, I know, Melissa. She was like, I don't always catch the lives, but when I miss them, I go back and rewatch them after you post them. Yeah, mind blown. So she has listened to our podcast and the Fire Nerds when we do the lives. I know, mind blown, right?
I should have worn something other than dungarees when I was on your live, mate, and I should have brushed my hair, is what I'm taking from this.
Yeah, because now we know she watches, so it's official.
Well, it's a good job that I always say lovely things about her on the podcast as well.
So yeah, and now we have Paris this weekend. We're enjoying Germany right now, but we have
Whereabouts in
Paris this
Germany are
weekend.
you? Because Julie, I said to Julie, do you want me to find out where in Germany they are? And she said, oh, if you remember. And then every time I've spoken to you, I've forgotten to ask.
We're in Fulda right now.
Fulda. Okay.
As the GPS, like our GPS has a British accent, and as our GPS likes to say, Fulda.
Fulda. We don't. I
That's what
promise you that we
I know
don't
you
say that.
don't. I know you don't. But when it says everything else, it'll be like turn right, and then it'll be like towards Fulda. That's how it says it, isn't it, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, what else would you like to know?
What else would I like to know?
I'm an open book.
Okay. Right. I had some questions that I wanted to ask you, and they've all gone out of my head.
For a second, I thought you wrote them down. You look like you were reaching for something, and I thought you wrote them down. I was like, you would write them down.
So I would write them down. I am
You
that.
would.
I'm so type A. I know.
So why didn't you write them down?
Because at the time that I thought of them, I didn't have anything to hand to write them
Uh,
down with or on, and I just
that
thought,
makes
oh,
sense.
I'll retain this information,
And yet here we are.
and yet here we are. So schedule wise, that's what I was going to ask. So what was it? So for folks that might want to go to a con, where do you stay? What does the schedule look like? What's
Yeah.
the
And this is for Italy, just to confirm for
yes,
people.
yes.
We will be doing a live next week for Paris. Or sorry, recording, not a live.
Yeah.
So for Italy, we stayed at the hotel where the con was held. Because we didn't want to have to worry about driving back and forth, or if we wanted to rest in between events, we could just go up to our room. So we stayed at the Cosmo Palace Hotel in Milan, Italy. Um, Friday was registration, where we got our lanyard and our little placards that had what we were doing each day. And then we just ate dinner and rested and tried to sleep until morning.
Yeah.
And then morning we went down at 6 o'clock because they were going to start selling the selfies at 8. So we wanted to get in line to try to be the first one. And
Crikey.
when we got down there were like 30 people in the lobby, but none of them knew where to stand. Luckily, I had asked the day before where they were selling them, so I knew where to stand. So we got first in line.
Preparation.
Yes,
This is what I
but
like.
by 7:30, the line was like into the kitchen. Like it was like
Jeez Louise.
long. And then when we got in, they only allowed you to buy one extra, which I understood because they wanted everybody in line to be able to get something. But I would have bought more, but I ended up just buying the duo selfie, which is my new profile picture on everything.
Yep.
And then after that was the opening ceremony. And then after that, they started like the autographs, the photo ops, and the selfies. And what you would do is they had one room where they would announce everything, like the panel room. So we would sit in the panel room and they would say, okay, if you have a chief or a captain pass, you can go down for Danielle and Stefania photo op. So that's kind of how they did it. And then
Right.
afterwards, you would come back up and go back in the panel room and wait for your next whatever you had on your thing.
Okay.
And I think it went till about 7 or 8 each night. Sunday we did not wait in the long line. People got down there at like 5 in the morning because they caught on to have. Yeah, not us. We went to breakfast. And then once we were done with our autograph, we were done at like 5. We left because we needed to get back to Germany. We got back to Germany at 1:30 in the morning.
So you just like literally drove Sunday evening through the
Yeah.
night?
Yeah, and we got here at 1:30 in the morning.
Christ alive.
Yeah, my mom did. I think you did. I did most of the driving there. She did most of the driving back. But it wasn't bad. And then we got home at like Monday morning 1:30, and then we've been here, and then we'll leave late Thursday night, early Friday morning to get to Paris, to be there to do it all over again and see how they organize everything and all that stuff.
Wow.
Have you seen the
Okay.
schedule for Paris? It's
No.
insane. It looks insane. I've seen it, I've glazed over it, but I haven't like sat and looked at it because it looks so crazy.
And what are you partaking in Paris?
Paris, let me see. I have a list. Uno momento.
Per favore.
By the way, I met some podcast listeners
Whoop, whoop.
that like came up to me and like told me how much they love our podcast.
Thank you, whoever you are.
Yeah. Where's my list? Here's my list. So, Saturday in Paris, we have professional on Saturday, professional photo with Stefania, professional photo with duo with both of them, an autograph with Danielle, a selfie with Danielle, and the meeting room duo. So we get the hour in a room with them with like 20 to 30 other people.
Okay.
And then the party. And then Sunday we have another professional photo with Stefania. And then I have an autograph with Katerina, a selfie with Katerina, and then an autograph and a selfie with Gray. And then I have an autograph and a professional picture with Camilla. And then I did my mom. She has some 911 Lone Star stuff because she likes that show.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. But this is only a piece of it. This is how they have the schedule for Paris. It looks like that.
Oh my god.
And it's like several of them.
Jesus.
Yeah.
God, no wonder Stefania was looking like a little bit knackered on Sunday.
Yeah, my eyes
because,
can't do that.
The fact that they give so much of themselves as well, that they don't just phone it in, that
Yes.
they're kind of so very invested.
Yes.
in each person, and just the fact that she was in tears with your mum by 10 a.m. on Saturday shows how much of themselves they do give.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really surprised that they were knackered. It's not exactly a relaxing weekend away for them, is it? It's
Yeah, no, it's not
it's heavy. It's
at all.
heavy.
And then my mom was in the bathroom. There was nobody else in there, and Danielle came out of a stall. So it was just her and Danielle in the bathroom, and I was like, "What'd you say? What'd you do? What happened?" And she was like, "Hi," and then I went in the stall that she came out of.
Pre-warmed. Thank you very much.
Yeah, right. And then I was like, "Mom, you didn't say anything else?" And then I was like, "Well, it's not really the place to have a conversation, right? Like the bathroom."
Is it
Not
not?
really.
I feel like
No.
I've had some of the best conversations in my life in bathrooms.
Bathroom chat.
Yeah. It's the great leveler, isn't it?
It is. Looking back now, it could have been like the best conversation ever.
It's the great leveler. We all have to pee and poop.
It's true that we're all human.
We're all very much our human selves
Yep.
when we're in the bathroom. So
We are. Like, it's like that book for my son, Everybody Poops.
there's a kid's book, Everybody Poops.
Yeah, because like toddlers are like scared to poop when you
Okay.
potty train.
Okay.
Because it's like something that comes out of their body, right? So they don't understand at that age that that's normal. Like it frightens them.
Oh, okay.
And so there's a book called Everybody Poops to normalize pooping, so they don't feel like it's weird when you potty train.
All right. I feel like less therapy would be needed for people of my age if there were books such as Everybody Poops in the 1980s.
See, it would have benefited you to know. Look, this is childhood Melissa that you need to have a conversation with.
Gonna go and
You
have a
need to
word
go
with my
back
inner child.
Just like Maya, go to your inner child and
I'm
tell
gonna
her
go
it's
see my
okay.
inner child, tell her everybody poops.
Everybody poops, little Melissa. Everybody poops.
I feel like this just took a turn.
Are you crying? It's
Little
okay.
bit.
I'm here.
Thanks.
I'm virtually here. I have you.
I feel like I need a virtual pat on the back.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Oh, that reminds me, we got an email. Can I do an email?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
You've got mail.
We got mail.
Remember, did you have AOL back in the day?
I've still got an AOL account now.
It'd be like, you've got mail. And then I was about to freak out because it was called American Online and you're from England. So I didn't know if it was like a thing.
Yeah, no, I've still got an AOL account and I can't tell you what I had got it when I was 12, and so it's the most embarrassing.
Maybe we should do that offline.
Yeah, that's definitely an offline job. Right, here we go. So I had a very amusing exchange yesterday that came out of that reel that I put on Instagram from one of our listeners, Danielle. It kept me so amused for about half an hour because she was trying to send me this email and it was just like a back and forth of her saying, I've sent you an email, did it come through? And me saying no, and I've sent myself a test email and I can't and it was like she'd sent it to the wrong email address, like she'd left a bit off, and then but she's very funny. That's all you should know. She's very, very funny.
Did you end up getting the email?
In the end I got the email.
And
now it makes sense why she's so funny, because she lives in Perth in Western Australia, but her family's all from Manchester, and Mancunians are the funniest people on the planet.
Mancunians?
Yeah, people that hail from Manchester.
You call them Mancunians?
We call them Mancunians, yeah.
I thought that was some like tribe like in the Amazon that nobody's ever heard existed.
I mean, they do have similar qualities, probably. I'm kidding. I really like Manchester. It's a great city.
Disclaimer.
The reason I know Mancunians is so funny. 2 of my best friends are Mancunian. They're from completely different friendship groups. It's just really random that I know them both. But they are objectively hilarious. Danielle, you are also objectively hilarious. So this is from Danielle. So she's been listening to our podcasts for about a month or so now, and she loves them. And she says she walks her dog for about an hour each day and loves having a giggle and a vigorous nod of her head while she listens to us. She said, I'm sure I look half mad, but I don't care. LOL. I love how you always hit what I'm thinking on the head or highlight something I totally missed, and how you savor the Marina scenes until the last gasp. I'm always grinning in anticipation. Your friendly banter is great and always articulated well in usual agreeableness. As a queer person myself, I'm always laughing at you, Melissa, and the gay panic you, I, and the rest of the world feel in response to our lovely Stefania Spampinato. And of course, Danielle is sublime as well. And my children know I will one day marry Maya Bishop. And then she said that she's going to tell us a bit about herself, because she said, I think it's nice for you to know your audience. And she put a winky face, but I actually really do think it is nice to know our audience. I love it when people tell us stuff about themselves. So
Yeah.
I actually really appreciate it. She said she's a 39-year-old mum to 5 children. Count them, Tiffany. 5.
You know, side note, I've thought up to this point that you are the fan favorite, and I think it's been confirmed now that you're the fan favorite. I think I'm just here
As
because
if.
I'm just here, like, as a filler.
Stop it. In no circumstance are you a filler.
You're the fan fave. It's just
No, I'm not. I'm just
sorry, continue.
I'm just an idiot, is what it is.
You're more likable.
I'm not more likable at
yes,
all.
you are.
Stop. You are the Jello to my peanut butter. No, jelly. You call it jelly. You are the because I call it jam. You
That's
are
supposed to be like Jello and peanut butter. You just told me I'm gross.
No, you are the you are the, what do you call it? Jelly.
So we're peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, so I'm nothing without you. Without you, I'm just a big, sticky, stodgy mess. You bring the sweetness. You are the jelly to my peanut butter.
Are you trying to make me cry?
Not intentionally.
Okay.
I don't want to hear any of this nonsense again about you being filler. But Danielle she's got 5 kids, mate.
5 kids. Yeah, no, I can't do that.
She co-parents with her ex. And
Okay.
can I just say that I just think this is really lovely. So they still live together. And she said, although it's not conventional, it works. And they even watch Station 19 together.
Ah, cool.
I know. And I'm assuming that the Marina story probably means quite a lot to them, because Danielle says that her ex is the birth parent to 3 of their children whom they conceived with IVF.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
With an unknown donor. And they've got 2 long-term foster children who've been with them for 12 years, although many have been through their home over the years. She's a dog person. She's got an English pointer called Spencer. And she says that Spencer's honestly one of her best friends, and she doesn't care if it's lame.
Not at all.
It's not at all lame.
No, it's not lame at all.
She thanks us very much for our podcast and says that we keep her company while she walks, and that she's a huge overthinker, so having something to listen to stops her spiraling thoughts. Yeah. Oh yeah, and this is what reminded me of her email, is because she said, P.S. Melissa, listening to you say pith over and over to Tiffany over the orange sent me. Remember when you were stress eating that orange?
I do remember when I was stressed.
And you were like, what's the white stuff? And I was like, pith. And then you were like, what do you call this stuff? And I was like, pith. And you were like, this white, what is it? And I was like, pith. And then you went, pulp.
Yeah, pulp. Exactly.
It's definitely pith. But anyway,
it's pulp.
The pulp's the meaty, fleshy bit of the fruit, no?
And that's what it turns into when it goes in, when you. Anyway,
she said that she thinks it's a British word.
I do think that's why you didn't get it. Mom, what do you call the white stuff on the outside of the orange that you pull off? Pulp. See? She calls it. What do you call it?
Pith. It's pith.
She calls it pith.
Pith?
Yeah.
Boss?
Boss? She said boss.
Look, just look up the anatomy of an orange. I'm telling you it's pith. But anyway. But I loved Danielle's email. Yes. I loved it.
Please keep sending emails, listeners. We love it.
Yeah, keep sending them. Can I just say, I love that she's a foster parent. My parents are foster parents.
Awesome.
And I have mad respect for foster parents.
A lot of respect.
You're doing an incredible job. Love it. It's definitely not lame that Spencer is your best friend. We have 2 cats and 2 dogs, and just animals just make the best companions ever. Yeah. And I actually have...
It's like a teddy bear. You tell all your secrets.
Yeah, and they never judge you
they
for
don't
anything.
Judge you. They're there for you.
They're always happy to see you. They're very empathetic. Yep. Yeah, and my best mate for 14 years was a dog,
Yep.
and when he passed away, it was one of the most
Oh, when they
devastating
pass
losses I've
away, it's
ever.
heartbreaking.
It was horrendous, and I actually
It is
have
horrendous.
I had his ashes mixed in with some
Oh,
tattoo ink, and I
yeah.
have his ashes tattooed into my
That's
body.
amazing.
Yeah. So Danielle, you are far, far, far from lame. We are all in agreement.
Yes.
We love it. Do I have gay panic over Stefania?
How is that a question?
This is clearly how it comes across. But my love for her is pure.
You know, you say that, but I don't think it's always true. There are unpure
So
moments.
there was one unpure moment.
The fact that her autograph says your gateway drug proves
Yeah, but
that it's not always pure.
no, she was my gateway drug to Station 19.
What if she bites her lip and says maybe?
Don't put.
What?
Well, now you've ruined it.
Point proven. Case and point. Case closed. Jury, whatever. Case over. Next.
No, look. I just feel that I
Do
need to
we do
clarify
we need
this
do
because
I
I
need
think
to
this
get on
might be
my
how it's.
do I
I
need to
feel
get
like
on my
this.
phone and find the video and put it up of her
Please
biting her
don't.
lip? Okay.
No, please don't. So I just feel like I should clarify that point that Stefania would be 100% safe with me. I would not dribble on her shoes. She's a lovely looking girl. She comes across as very funny, very bright, very intelligent. She's clearly incredibly talented. But as long as she doesn't say maybe and bite her lip, we're in safe territory.
Okay.
Just felt like I needed to clarify that point.
Thank you for clarifying that.
You're welcome.
Just saying. Next.
Next. So yeah, no, thank you, Danielle, for your email.
Somehow
No,
we ended up. We always come back though. We always come back to where we
I
need
know,
to be.
I know. Told you, puppy. I'm like a puppy.
You are like a puppy. Just don't pee on the floor.
I'm gonna endeavour to not pee on the floor.
Yeah.
But I think we covered off Milan. We've covered off that email. We've covered off that people need to hang tight with us because we're going to have some giveaways. And although I'm going to edit out the bits where we said specific things, it appears that we may have a couple of surprises for folk.
We may have some surprises coming up. Do you want to tell them what we're doing Thursday at least?
Yeah, we've been invited to be guests on a podcast. So the roles are going to be reversed for us. So we
Yeah.
are going to be interviewed by a fellow Station 19 fan who is also a fan of our podcast. And we're going to be on her podcast.
Yeah.
The first time I.
Yep.
So once we've done it and we know when it's going to air and all the stuff, then we can put everything on our socials.
Yeah, so how exciting is that?
Yeah, I know, that's really
we're
cool.
gonna be interviewed about this podcast that we do.
Well, I'm so stoked that people actually really enjoy it.
Yeah, me too.
It's very exciting. And that our listenership goes as far as Ms. Danielle Savre herself.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have some special things coming up that we can't quite tell you guys yet, and us being interviewed tomorrow. And
it's my fault. Can I just say Tiffany would be all over it, but it's because I am such a I'm very superstitious, and I get a bit panicky that I'm gonna overpromise and underdeliver. And I'm always really concerned that until something is signed, sealed, delivered in writing, and someone is in front of me, or the thing is in front of me, I don't ever believe it's going to happen until such times as it does. So if it all works out, guys, we're going to have such exciting things. But
I agree,
because I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver until it actually happens.
I understand.
I'm not.
I understand completely.
So
100%.
So is there anything else that you feel that I didn't ask you about Milan that you would like to tell me about Milan?
I think we pretty much hit it. They're amazing.
And
yeah, the schedule, and and how amazing they are. And just a reminder, because there were some negative experiences, just a reminder when it comes to them, be positive, supportive, loving, safe environment, right?
Emphasis on the safe.
Yep. Safe, safe, safe. So they give so much of themselves to us. We need to, at minimum, be respectful, kind, loving, supportive, and safe.
And I would hope that this goes without saying,
Right.
and I think to 99.9% of people, especially the people that listen to our podcast, because I know what sort of community we foster.
Right.
Rule of thumb, just never say or do anything to anyone that you wouldn't be happy with someone saying or doing to you, your best friend, your mother, your partner. You know, just that old chestnut. And I think sometimes because people are so familiar with their faces
Right.
and their voices, they forget that they don't know these people and they're super
Right.
familiar to us, but they don't know you from Adam or Eve. And they've gone into it with good faith and good intentions that these are safe folks.
Right.
But I can
Right.
see how it would be incredibly, incredibly disarming for Danielle to suddenly be in a situation where she's had a 10-minute conversation with somebody who's now kind of semi-aggressive if she's shoulder barging her, and
Right.
for someone to say something to Stefania that's going to cause her visible offense, that's, if she's going to look visibly disarmed. And none of us want to feel unsafe in any environment. And I know that you probably weren't going to raise it, but you had a little bit of a situation with somebody who didn't treat you particularly
Yes.
well there.
Yep. Yep.
And I just think, be, as you say, at minimum respectful, because this
Yep.
experience should be like a joyful communal thing. Everyone's, you would
Right.
hope, gone there with the same intention, which is to meet other fans, to meet their idols and have a good time. And it's cost an inordinate amount of money. So
Yes.
please be kind, please be respectful. Please remember that these are real life human beings. They're not Maya, Karina, and Jack.
Right.
They're very much Stefania and Gray. And they're doing this because they appreciate the fans and they want to give back. So please, it's not in their contract. They're not contractually obliged to do this. They're doing it out of the goodness of their hearts. So please respect that and respond in kind, I think. And be kind to everyone around you. You've all paid an awful lot of money for this. And for a lot of people, it's going to be a once in a lifetime experience. So just please don't be a twat, really.
No, I agree 100%. And, I could follow up on things that you said or reiterate things, but everything you said as a whole, I agree with. And it's sad that we have to say that, right? That we have to reiterate that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, we do. And, like, another thing, the only thing I would add is, especially if you wouldn't say it to someone's face, don't say it online. Like,
Yes.
things are easy to type online because you're hiding behind a username and a computer. If you can't say it to someone's face, don't say it at all. And please just be loving. We don't want them to stop doing these things because they don't deserve that treatment. And so, they're, like you said, they're giving up this isn't a like lazy vacation for them, right? They're
I've just seen that
spending all day
spreadsheet,
with
mate. It's
us.
bloody
Yeah.
hectic.
Yeah. And so, come on, just be loving, be kind, be respectful, and let's make Paris an unforgettable weekend for them, just like it is for us.
Well said, mate. Well said.
Yeah, for sure. So that's all I have for Milan until Paris.
Huzzah. Well, thank you so very much
You're
for
welcome.
giving up your evening to come and tell us all about it.
Yeah, for sure. Anything else you want to ask or add on?
I don't think so. Um, Just if anyone's going to Paris, then go say hi to Tiffany. I wish I would be there, but obviously, life and stuff.
For sure.
But look, be nice because I want them to come back because if they do it again next year, I'll be there with bells on as long as my body functions correctly.
Yeah. So if you're going this weekend to Paris, my mom and mom,
Yeah.
come say hi.
Come say hi to us.
Yep. We'll
Komm,
be
sag uns hallo.
my mom will take Melissa's spot for the weekend. So come say hi and let me know that you listen to the podcast and what you enjoy about it and any ideas you have for the hiatus because we're open, right?
Yes, and please write in. Please give a
Doggy.
before Tucker rudely interrupted, what I was saying
Yeah.
was please write in with all your ideas for stuff to do over the hiatus. Please write in with like your best and worst scenes, all your favorite bits and all your least favorite bits, because we would really like to do a poll, wouldn't we, and do like an episode of best and worst bits. But we want everybody's inputs. It would just be really boring if we just kind of said, oh, here's our 5 top and 5 bottom of everything.
Yeah.
So we want everyone else to join in with us.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Cool. So I'll let you sign off and go and get your dinner.
All right. I'm until next time. Good talking to you.
Okay then.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.